Hello, welcome to Cardboard and Plastic. Today's video, I'm going to go over my mail day, and I'm also doing something I said I wouldn't do. So full transparency, I'm sending a 30 card order into SGC, and these are cards that some of these I've been trying to sell on eBay for $5 to $10, maybe up to $15, and the cards have just been sitting, right? People are not even looking at these cards. And SGC right now is having a special, $12 for 70s to 80s cards. For 30 cards, if I ship them out, it's going to cost me $15 and $30 for return shipping. So basically $1.50 in shipping costs for each card. So for $13.50, I'm grading 30 cards. The reason I'm grading these are like doubles and triples, things that I want to try to sell, but people don't approach the hobby the way that I do. So to be able to sell these cards, people want graded, right? So it doesn't make sense in my head, but this is how the majority of people want to participate in the hobby. Instead of trying to find a really nice card that's not graded, they don't want to put the time and effort into it. And I enjoy that personally, right? So they don't want to do that. So they would rather pay $30 for a slabbed card or $40 instead of trying to find that beautiful one for $10 to $15, not in a slab. And that is the way that people enjoy the hobby. And I kind of could understand it, right? It takes a lot of time and effort to do the things that I do. And in the background, what you can see are these are all cards that I bought ungraded. And some of these, right? I mean, I paid $400 for that Joe DiMaggio. It has some writing in the back, but it's a beautiful card. I found that Stan Musial, and it was under $40. By the way, this card, I might want to try to get into an SGC holder. I think it would get a 5. It is absolutely gorgeous. The problem with this slab is they put it in a baggie. CGC, they actually have new slabs for those. I might get it in a new slab because it really bothers me having it in that baggie. I don't really care who grades the card. That's just saying my PC. That is, I'm not going to be able to get a card better than that. This is a card that I bought for $220. That was ungraded on eBay. And so that is an amazing Hank Aaron. I mean, I sent it to CGC. I didn't really care. I love their slabs, and I just wanted that for my PC. I thought it looked better personally than my PSA Perfectly Centered 4. However, I can't part with my PSA one as well, so I'm just keeping both of those. And the one on the right, it's a little bit off-center, but that's a Julius Erving that I bought in a lot, right? And some of these cards, right, the Joe DiMaggio, the Julius Erving, there are fakes around there. So what I enjoy about the hobby is kind of buying cards ungraded, touching them, looking at them through loops, and really understand the card. So if I go out and I buy a more expensive card, I understand what the paper stock feels like, what the printing looks like for the originals, right? So first card, well, this is not a fake. And both cards had weird shipping, right? I typically don't get this. So the first card that I got is for my Wheaties box. and for my Wheaties collection, this is off a Wheaties box. And this card, I'm going to trim up. It's absolutely beautiful. And the top loader is not the issue. Just get me the card safe. That is fine. The weird part about this was when I opened it up, this is how it was, right? They couldn't even take the time to get like a pair of scissors, right? Put maybe a blue piece of tape around it, right? This thing could go out. It wasn't going to slide out. But this was weird. So that's going to be a great addition to my collection. And then the second card I bought, my first T206. I bought ungraded. I bought a common. And I really wanted to touch it, smell it, right? Because I just don't want to be a slab collector. I want to know what these cards are, like the history of the cards, the paper stock. And this is my first T202, the triple folders. And I got this card in the mail today. I thought a great deal for $90. I think it was like $99 after shipping and taxes. And this is a Hall of Famer, right? So it's not a big Hall of Famer, right? So I don't think these are faked that much. I mean, there's the Dover reprints, but they're pretty obvious because on the back, you'll actually see it says like Dover reprint, Dover reprint. The reason I got this card, first of all, the price looked good. The card looked good. I mean, there's a little bit of staining, a little bit there. The paper stock was a lot different than I thought for this card. Right, but I definitely like a loop, the print quality there, just the printing from this era, just a lot different. So really interesting for me to go through and explore these cards. And I really got this card too because I was looking for a Hall of Famer for this set. By the way, very reasonably priced, even for like the Ty Cobb for this set. And not only two, right? I got two Hall of Famers for the price of one there. Not a Hall of Famer here, but Frank Chance. And then he's in the middle part of that card. And part of the reason I got this as well, you can actually see Fresno, California. And so this is where he was born. And that I went to college at Fresno State. So I moved from New York to Fresno. So kind of a neat little story behind that card as well. So yes, I'm probably going to get that slabbed with SGC eventually. But that card is lucky to survived. And this is like another shipping thing that somebody did there. So all they did is they took that card, they put it in this, and they threw it into like, not this one, but I mean, it had to be bigger, but they just threw it into a bubble envelope with no supporting cardboard, right? So, I mean, I got the package. I'm like, what's going on here? Right? And first of all, I was like, I hope that this is the Wheaties card because I don't want this thing to get folded or damaged. And all the like little fold things like that are all from the images. So thankfully it survived the trip basically just in this thing, right? In a padded envelope. So all it takes is somebody from the USPS just to twist it a little bit and that card could have been bent in half. So, but I mean, they spent a lot. They had a nice bubble mailer, but they couldn't like get two pieces of cardboard and put it between. I just don't understand how people ship and sell cards. And this person like sells a lot of cards and they have like 100% feedback, everything like that. And I'm just going to give them a message just saying like, I appreciate the card. Everything turned out well, but please, right? If you have a card like this, like just get two pieces of cardboard, right? Your Amazon delivery, just keep that box, just cut it up. and do a better job than this. Get a pair of scissors, right? So I guess eBay sellers can't afford scissors. It's rough times out there, people. So in the comments below, let me know, and I really want to know, do you look at ungraded cards at all on eBay, or do you just really just stick to cards that are already slabbed? And that could just be like you just don't want to take the time to find the cards and maybe slab them yourself. Or it could just be that you just don't want to bother, right? You just want the card, you want the frame, and the whole other process doesn't interest you, right? So everybody's different. Everybody collects that the way that they want. And I'm kind of just realizing that to sell some of these cards, I'm going to have to get them graded, or basically sell them for like a couple of dollars when they should be worth a lot more than that. So I'll let you know the results of those when those come in. I got a couple of other cards coming in the mail. And by the way, I still buy slabbed cards. When the price is right, I have auctions, I look at them, and kind of like the Wheaties cards that I showed, right? I also have a couple of Paul Goldschmidt Topps Update cards that I bought that are coming to me, and I bought them already slabbed up because the price was better than any of the raw copies that were out there, which blows my mind, right? That a PSA 9 for a card from 2011 is worth less than a card that's not graded, that has obvious flaws on it. So still trying to wrap my head around the hobby. Again, thank you for watching, and keep on collecting.